are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
Love is the only way. Love is the answer. Love is the only way. Oh, love, love, love. It's the only way. Oh, love, love, love. Let it lead the way. In a world so cold, love's the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, love, love. It's the only way. Oh, love, love, love. Let it lead the way. So cold, love's the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, love, love. It's the only way. Oh, love, love, love. Let it lead the way. Hearts beat as one. Underneath the sun, love's melody sets our spirits free. Oh, love, love, love. It's the only way. Oh, love, love, love. Let it lead the way. Ground, shaking ground.
let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance.
Every generation stands on the shoulders of the generation that went before. And so you see farther because you're standing taller than we did and can look farther. But at least give us the credit that you're seeing farther because you're standing on our shoulders. We don't have inflation because the people are living too well. We have inflation because the government is living too well.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself.
All right, everybody, happy Monday. We are in here live again today, and we're going to get some good stuff out here. We'll talk about some good stuff, some bad stuff, some ugly stuff, and that's just how we roll, right? Happy Monday to everyone that's in here. And let's see what we got here. Trying to pull it up here. Let's see here. All right. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of problem here. Let's look here. Denham Springs, Louisiana in the house. Faithful in there. Thank you so much for listening. Madison, Alabama in the house. Good afternoon. And all the pages from Amy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Also, Stewart, Virginia, Dunlap, Tennessee in the house. Good morning from California. Hopefully your stream goes better today. Me too. Had guys in here and working on it, so we'll see if it does. I do know this. It was not our internet last week. It was nothing like that. It was something on the other side, Rumble side. So we'll just see. Hamilton, Mississippi in the house. Fayetteville, Tennessee in the house. Sherry from Benbrook, Texas in the house. And it is so good to have everybody in here. Let's see here. We got Wallace, North Carolina in the house. Hello from Baton Rouge. I'm sorry. From Rogue River, Oregon. And we got Baton Rouge in the house also. Hello from, not from Madison, Alabama. Cortland, Ohio. Hello, Patriots. Hey, DC from East Tennessee. Thank you, DC. God's blessings in Kernersville, North Carolina. Thank you. Awesome. Good afternoon from Hobbs, New Mexico. Bless you, DC, and all you do. Reporting for duty, DC, Bedford, Virginia. Awesome sauce. Make sure your shoes are shined. Better yet, just bring boots because it's going to get deep in here in just a little bit. Blessing to DC from Yermo, California. Louisiana in the house there again. Got Oak Ridge, Tennessee in the house. Have a blessed day, everyone. Hello, DC from Austin. Someone can depend on you. Thank you so much. Hey, DC, Monroeville checking in. Hello, Patriots from Indiana. Hello, Indiana. Buford, Georgia in the house. Let's see here. Patriots, I set up down for breads. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Kokomo, Indiana in the house. Royalton, Minnesota in the house. Meansville, Georgia in the house. Pennsylvania in the house. Hello from Dallas. Hello, Dallas. When his handcuffs and Purple Walks. Okay, from Muskogee. It's going to happen. It's really going. It's really happening. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's no way it's happening. It ain't gonna happen." You really have no clue. You just really don't. Let's see here. Not you in general, just people. Dunklin, Oklahoma in the house. If Trump's the CNC, then why are they letting whomever use the dues and the weather control us? That's a totally different. That's a totally different rabbit hole right there. And maybe we'll jump down that if we have time. I'm not sure here. Hello from Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota, land of Tampon Timmy. Knucklehead. Yeah, that's what he is. Tampon Tim. Hello and thanks from Luz, Delaware. Hey, DC from Holden Beach, North Carolina. Happy Monday, everyone from Maryland. In KC. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Norton, Ohio in the house. Phil from Cartersville in the house. Wetumpka, Alabama in the house. Butler, Pennsylvania in the house. Dallas, Georgia in the house. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's exactly right. Beaverton, Oregon in the house. Hello from Boston. Boston. Hello from Marble Hill, Missouri. Let's see here. Looking here. Sorry, I'm trying to wait for the chat to upload here. West Tennessee in the house. Lisa from Dayton, Ohio in the house saying hello and God bless. Hello to you. ADC, I think yeah. Our church is planning on taking on thing. Awesome. That's awesome. And that's what it's about. It's about going back with the message and having you even, and we said that, having your church to jump on board with things and, not only jump on board, but just make sure that things happen and priorities are right. That's a good thing. There is nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. I don't know what that is there. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. Always something. Anywho, let's get on with this thing here. Let's see. Turn it off there. We'll just deal with it today. Let's see here. Blessings from Central Vermont. Hello, East Tennessee in the house. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thank you so much. Love your music. Thank you so much. That's all my music. Hopefully enjoyed it. Think of myself with the same question. Okay. Coffee, Mississippi in the house. We stand with President Trump. Amen. Hey, DC and Patriots. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Howdy, y'all, DC. Driving through wonderful Washington, cloud-seeded state. Good morning. Yeah. Man, I saw something yesterday. A ton of jets We're probably, I'd say five. Well, I'll say a ton, and y'all going, oh, ain't a ton. But I'd say 5 to 6 uh, jets, and these jets were like really, really just flying in their pattern, and not only that, they were opening it up and letting all the good old crap in the sky go, and seeding the clouds for us because we got to have another storm pretty soon. Dalton, Georgia in the house. Hello, Syracuse, New York in here. Cherokee County, Georgia. Any update on North Carolina? Absolutely. We got a ton of updates. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. Raleigh, North Carolina, RC and EC in the house. Thank you so much for listening, loyal listeners there. Chattanooga in the house. Pulaski, Ohio in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina. Hello, DC and Patriots. Best wishes from Long Island. DC, hope you're doing well. Yep, it was a busy weekend this weekend, guys. Very busy weekend. Middlesex, Virginia in the house. Thank you so much for listening every day. Noblesville, Indiana in the house. Mudslides, East. Yep. Fires, absolutely a ton of fires out there. Let's see here. Hello from Tennessee. DC withdrawals this week. Okay. Markle, Texas in the house. And for some that are asking, and it's normal. It has been a crazy weekend with so much going on. I'm going to talk to you about it here in a second. Because you get all kinds of mixed stories of things, and there's nothing any better than boots on the ground, right? Nothing better than that. And that's what we're going to talk about. Let's see here. Amit, Louisiana in the house. Sorry, missed my daily visit with my fellow patrons. Thank you so much. Stop sending my money to the others. Look, thank you so much. Let's see. Rumble audio is real low. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out here in just a second. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody says they're hearing fine. Just be Rumble probably messing with it. Thank you always for showing up until Louisiana. Thank you so much. There's my brother on there. Not really, but my brother from another mother. Camden, Kentucky. Who wants to go in with me and start a rap oldies channel? Prison Blues. Yeah. You can call it Jumpsuit City. Jumpsuit City. Something like that. So let's see here. Trying to get my chat up here, guys. Sorry. Trying to get it up here. Trying to get it going. All right. So, Missouri in the house. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm trying to hurry, guys. I'm sorry. Proud hillbilly lady from Tennessee. Awesome. I had to say Kamala Yarson is disappearing. Yeah, absolutely. Monday from East Tennessee. Good to see you in here. Indiana in the house. Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the house. North Dakota in the house. Went to Asheville on Saturday to take supplies. A lot of Patriot support. Yes, it is. Good afternoon. Good Monday afternoon. Sorry. Orange County, New York in there. Greenville, Michigan in the house. Mid-Missouri in the house. North Carolina. Let's see. Okay. We'll go past that one. We already had that one. Houston. Howdy from Houston. Alaska. Wow. Okay. Good deal. Ironton, Ohio, hanging out. Tough. Okay. Let's see here. DC, I've got accused. Yeah. We're going to talk about all that here in a second. I'm just trying to make sure. Hutchinson, Kansas in the house. Wisconsin in the house. Indiana in the house. Pulaski, Ohio. San Pedro, California in the house. Jamestown, New York in the house. Southeast Pennsylvania. Bellefontaine, Ohio. Medford, Oregon. We had a huge Trump train on Saturday in our town, lots of cars. Got flipped off 5 times. I'm proud. Yeah, absolutely. That's the good stuff, is when people give you the middle finger and you can just smile at them, wave your flag, and say, he's still your daddy. He's still your daddy. Lynchburg, Virginia in the house. Stanford, Kentucky in the house. Springboro, Ohio in the house. Let's see here. Let's listen here. Belleville, Indiana in house, or Illinois in the house. Hello from Texas. We got everybody from everywhere in here. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. DCU, the man. A retired East Coast here in Texas. Thank you so much for your service, friend. Let's see here. Pray for Florida. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm almost done. Wilsonville, Oregon in the house. Frankton, Indiana in the house. Lumberton, Texas in the house via Claremore, Oklahoma. Shared you with my cousins. Excited to listen to you. Thank you so much. Make sure your cousins know that sometimes I have a real bad potty mouth because I get really fired up over the crap that goes on, and I just let it go. Which the great thing about that is we own the network, so no one can throw us off. The FCC can't find us. They can just stick it up their butt. We can say whatever we want. DC Turnip Sound just did. Upstate New York, sick of down St. Pedro? Absolutely. Springfield, Missouri in house. Cincinnati in house. California in house. Lebanon, Tennessee. It's safe to travel, Costa Rica. Okay. Yeah, you're going to hear what's coming on. Let me see here. All right. Lafayette, Louisiana. Forest City, North Carolina. Man, we got them everywhere. Butler, Pennsylvania. Wisconsin in the house. New Orleans in the house. Let's see here. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and get started here. How about that? That way everybody is happy. If I miss somebody, I'm so sorry. We got a lot of people. We got, all of a sudden 900 people jumped on here real quick, and I'm trying to read through everybody's thing, and it goes up on everywhere. Columbia, Kentucky in the house. Oklahoma in the house. Another Broken Arrow, Oklahoma in the house. Let's see here. All right, well, we'll get started here. All right, the sound should be better now. Trista from Vermont, Syracuse, New York in the house. Newport News, Virginia house. Oxford, Alabama. Central California in the house. Pound, Wisconsin. Cheese, please. Idaho in the house. DeSoto, Missouri in the house. North Dakota in the house. Denmark in the house. Georgetown, Kentucky in the house. Rumble and YouTube volumes low. Yep. I can't hear that. I can't help that. I've got everything here the way it should be. And all the meters here are sending strong signals, so it must be something on their end again. That's why I'm looking to move our platform to something a little bit different, because I don't like being controlled. Anyway, Syracuse, New York, Clinton, Tennessee, Flint, Michigan. Let's see here. Making sure. Hendersonville, Tennessee in the house. Good to have you here. Live Oak, Florida. Plymouth, Massachusetts in the house. Central Illinois. Yeah, exactly. So we got a ton of everybody in here. Beaverton, Oregon in the house. Sounds great. Thank you so much. Much better now. Thank you so much. And drum roll. Let's go. All right. So a lot of things went on this past weekend. It has been very crazy. You guys have made a major impact in what we're doing here. And it continues on. Let's see here. Okay, great. Montgomery, Texas in house. Okay, so that's, if I miss anybody else, I'm so sorry. Shoot me an email and I'll tell you, hey, I'm sorry. Anyway, so we got a lot going on in here. Got FEMA. You got FEMA, state police, local police, military, politicians, people that need rescued and need things, plus also people trying to bring in, and have no one directing anybody. If a shit show could happen, that would be it. Sorry for those of you that don't. Sorry, it just comes out. Anywho, so yeah, no one's in charge really. It's just a free for all. And what has happened up there, which is, here's the thing: when all this went down. Now, you understand how last week and week before last, I've been talking about how FEMA can stick it up their butt and how we don't give a crap about them, and how American people need to step up and just take care of American people. Because if we send a loud enough message to the government, or FEMA, if you want to call it that, or whatever the heck you want to call it at this point, because it's all a big bag of poop, just a mixed up a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's crazy. We can, we don't need FEMA. We don't need them. And I was talking with Mike from Pissed Off Nation. I mean, so many times we've all been on so many conference calls and talking and all kinds of things. But anyway, you've got all kinds of people up there bringing in stuff. And here's the thing. Here's the positive thing. The positive thing is America. A lot of America has stood up and come to the rescue. Okay, and here's the thing. Anytime you have any kind of natural disaster, in the past, it's always been we wait on FEMA. We wait on FEMA. I'm not sure if any of you have seen what Glenn Beck did. Glenn Beck was on the ground, and he walked up to a trailer that was sitting there, and they were just out there playing cards and weren't doing anything. And then when they realized it was him, they all stood up, act like they was grabbing chairs and tables and like they was working and telling him that, well, how can these people file their big $750 check that they'll get, and the guy was like, well, they can go on their smart device and put all their documents in. Well, what if their documents were lost? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, well, what if their device is not charged because they don't have electricity? Well, there's places that they can hear and places that put posts. Well, what if they can't travel? What's the deal here? See, and what America has done, there's been a lot of great people step up to the plate. Those that have supported, it's been fantastic. I'm not sure, but I believe there's another truck going out today to Valdez, I think it is, to the enforcer. But just getting stuff even to him has been crazy because of just so many other resources, and you get somewhere but the problem has been, now y'all want, that I'm a straight shooter, right? That I don't kiss butt and I don't blow smoke up butts, right? So here's the thing. They tell you, hey, bring it to such and such place. Now, me personally, okay, I'm not going to tell you, well, I'm going to tell you about other people's stories, but I'm going to tell you about my story. When I personally contacted several people in the know, if you want to call it, resources, I was given a list of places to go. Okay. Also forward them to other people that had a lot of the trucks going out. Mike from Pissed Off Nation was one of them. But other people, and we was trying to get resources to people. And from day one, it was like, come to a complete stop, because you get somewhere that they say they really, really, really are in need. And either there is an over influx of water, for one thing. I don't know if you saw his video this morning. He's like, please stop sending water. And stop sending your ATVs out here, because what's happening is, I was on a conference call last night or a merge call with Mike and also Dusty, and we were talking about this. And the problem is, you got all these four-wheelers coming out there. Everybody wants to be involved, but what happens is people just literally spin their wheels because they either don't know the area, or either it's just overcrowded with some, and then it causes congestion. There is no organization to this. It's just a freaking free for all, and that can't be, and that can't be at all. And that's what's been going on. And so we were trying to, even with the enforcer that's one of the moderators here on the show, we were trying to get stuff out to him. But the thing is getting over to the other side of the state there where he's at was hard enough. And then when, these guys are going out saying, hey, and Mike called me, he's like, hey, where are we freaking supposed to go now? I'm like, what do you mean? This was just the other day. And he's like, where are we supposed to go? Oh, what do you mean? You all have a list. Right, but when we're getting to these places, they're telling us they don't need anything. Now, I'm not saying the need's not there, because the need is there. Don't go and think that. But the need is there. And, yep, FEMA stage in Florida, absolutely. We're going to talk about that here in a second. but you have this going on, and I'm like, well, let's go to the next thing. And they were to the point that they were driving around begging people to take stuff because they're been inundated with so much water, and just so much resources, which that is actually a great thing. It's a great thing because that means that we stepped up to the plate. And here's the other thing. This is my worry here is for the next 2-3 weeks, everybody's going to be drinking enough water, till Jesus comes. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of stuff. But after FEMA pulls out and everybody else pulls out, then that's when the real meat of everything happens. Because what it does is it they're not going to be able to have all the resources are going to stop coming in like that. You see what I'm saying? They're going to stop coming in, unless there's people, and I'm sure there is people that's still going to step up to the plate. I had several people reach out to me and say, hey, I drive a truck. I'd love to be a part of this. I have 18-wheeler, all that stuff. And that's great. It's absolutely fantastic. The problem is you couldn't get an 18-wheeler up those roads. And the other thing is if we would fill up a big semi and take it up there and drop it off, that's what's going to happen. It's going to get dropped off. And then by the time someone gets to getting the water and getting to everything, it'll have set in the sun so long that it'll be worthless. So that's one of the things that we were up against. Excuse me there. My voice is going out there. That's one of the things that we were up against. And it was very, it's very crazy. And so not only that, anytime you have a national disaster, you have people that will come out to, I'll say, infiltrate, if you want to call it that, or opportunists. The people that want to, just come and see what they can get and then run off, or turn around and try to collect money. And y'all know how serious DC is, and how I don't put up with that crap, right? So I figured, what the heck, I've already called the guy and told him he's in some serious crap, that he better knock it off. He better cough up some money. It's no one through us, but you have these people that do this. And not only that, you have businesses that try to gouge people on prices, which we've seen that with hotels. And you would think in a national disaster that they would not let keep people from being check into hotels and just ripping them off. And that's what's happened. And we're going to talk on that too. All right. I'm going to try not to pay attention to the chat today because it's sidetracked here. So anyway, I'm looking at a letter here right now, and I'm going to touch base with all this stuff here. Well, let me start with this real quick here. Those of you that live in Alabama, let's start there. Blount County, Blue Springs Water in Blount County. Cameron and Andrew, both of them, they've stepped up to the plate and done way more. They've been absolutely awesome, just awesome. Everything that they've done to help and to keep things going and to, for water and all that stuff, they've been absolutely wonderful. And so if you're in those areas, even if you're in like Birmingham, all those other areas, you know what? They're worth putting your money into. And I say it all the time, and y'all hear me say it. So, we have to stop putting our money in companies and businesses that don't have our same interest at heart. And when people will step up to the plate and help like they have, you got to support them. So if you're in the area, or even if you're in an hour's distance of them, and you can buy water bottles or whatever, call them up, look them up, buy your water from there. Blue Springs Water in Blount County. Also, Burton Food Stores in Springville, Alabama, and also Gadsden, Alabama, have been absolutely the bomb in this thing. They've stepped way up to the plate, been sweet, been nice, and made sure that things were happening. And if you're in those areas, go shop there and tell Caroline that DC sent you. And we appreciate, and you know what, and tell them, say, hey, we appreciate what you've done and what you've been doing. And they're actually, Burton Food Stores is actually at, in, like I said, in Springville, Alabama, and Gaston. Caroline is the one you want to talk to. And just, like I said, you can Google them, whatever. There's a cell phone. Call the cell phone. Hey, DC was talking about, we just want to say thank you so much for what you've done. It is people like you that are true people that are making America great. Making America great. And so, there's been so much that has gone on. We also have, where's it at here? I just saved it. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. It's truly Monday. We actually have somebody else that stepped up to the plate last night, was in contact through Mike from Pissed Off Nation. But her name is Dusty Miller, and she actually stepped up to, I'm telling you what, man, organizing, putting this stuff together like crazy. Unbelievable. And she has a place, it's called The Gap. THAGAP. It's a, she has, I've been looking through her stuff here. She got a lot of stuff here, but her, the address for her place is 16130 West Andrew Johnson Highway, Bulls Gap, Tennessee. So if you're in that area or somewhere in there, go by there, buy you some food. Maybe they have a pool table. I don't know. I haven't been there. Tell them, ask for Dusty, and you say, man, I just greatly appreciate what you've done for our country and for our fellow people. And if you're ever going through that area, please remember that. The Gap, THAGAP. And ask for Dusty. And when tell Dusty, hey, yeah, DC was talking about you. Great people, and it ain't, and it's more people too. It's just you don't have all their names. And there's a ton of people that have stepped up to the plate. And here's the thing is, it ain't even over. It's not even over. There is so many things that are continuing to go on, and we're trying to get help to these people, and it continues on. I know that Mike had a problem with his truck and all that, but even with the problem with the truck, we was figuring out other plans of different things to do. And so, anyway, for those of you that are new on this show, we are not conspiracy theorists. We are conspiracy realists. Plus, also, with politics, we're very brutal, very honest. And not only that, we want America great. And if it is whoever it is in office, we want them to be great. And because we say MAGA, people go, oh, that's those Trumpers. Well, at this point, yeah, you're exactly right. We are. And if you don't like it, you can suck the tip of a boot. I don't care. But anyway, so I'm jumping on here. We want to thank all these people for what they've done. Also, there's a letter that, of course, everybody knows how FEMA comes in. And I've been saying all along, tell FEMA to go screw itself and get out. Get out. We don't need you. Don't need FEMA. And I think what's happened is we've started showing them that. I really do. Even though they still got their, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you how important FEMA is here in a second. And I'm actually going to tell you how much power FEMA has. This is why I don't worry. This is why I just don't worry over some of these things. You got, and I'm not knocking anybody, but you got people on TikTok and everyone going, oh, God, FEMA this, FEMA that, FEMA. And I'm going to tell you something today that's really encouraging news, really. Because FEMA has no more power than your dog does, okay? If you have a dog. It has no power. It really has no power, and I'm going to prove it to you today. I'm going to absolutely give you facts and documentation and prove it to you. That's why when all this storm was coming in, I said, hey, guys, people's going to be in need here. We have to step up. It's not about who's against who and who's, and if someone is a Democrat or Republican or independent or whatever, it don't matter if they just need water or if they need toiletries or whatever. It's just about helping the human being, right? At least it's what it should be. But we live in America now, they'll withhold things from you because of your party. And anyway, so I'm going to read you this letter here. This is from Congress, House of Representatives, Washington, D.C. This was October 4th. This is actually from Matt Gaetz. Long day already. And I'm going to not read you the whole letter because it's so long. But he says, yesterday I stated that the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, which is a part of your department. Now, he sent this to the Honorable Secretary of Homeland Security. So anyways, he goes on to say, which is part of your department, it does not have enough funds to make it through the hurricane season. Okay? FEMA's already went through their money. Okay, so that's one strike, okay? So therefore, the American people have to stand up and the American people have to do something. They just have to. That's how it works. That's how we roll. We're Americans and we're going to act like it, right? At least we should. But anyways, they do not have enough funds to make it through the hurricane season. This news comes after FEMA has spent hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars on migrants due to the border Cesar Kamala cackling Harris. Open border instead of prioritizing funding for Americans impacted by these disasters. So he's actually telling them, you guys are broke. You're bankrupt. What do you think you're going to do? Because you're bankrupt. You can't do anything. And because you've taken this money that was designated for who? United States citizens. That's why we fall underneath the United States Constitution. The Constitution was made for what? The United States citizens. It is the United States Constitution, not the world constitution. Okay? That means when you come from another country and you come in here, that's why they're letting these buttholes go. Because they don't fall underneath the laws of America. Because why? They don't have an ID, none of that stuff. They're not a citizen here. How do you police that? Well, FEMA gives them hundreds of millions of dollars of making sure that they have food cards, have free rent, and we've been bitching about this for a long time now with the Biden administration. We've been really hammering this thing with them. Hey, why are you guys and of course, all these people are going, well, y'all are just horrible people getting all over it's all about Democrat and Republican. It's about you Trumpers. You Trumpers just don't want the Democratic Party to win. No, we don't. Okay, no, we don't. And you're not going. And the Democratic Party is not going to win this time. They're up for a big rude awakening. They're going to get it. It's done. And the reason why they're scared is because they know Trump is actually kind of ticked off that they've tried to take his head off his shoulders multiple times. And not only that, they've screwed the American people. They have robbed and raped the American. I mean, my God, like I said, we've all been Diddy-fied. We've all been raped by them. And not even the courtesy of KY or the baby oil. Okay? We've been screwed over. And we're ticked about it. But I'm telling you, Trump, when he comes back in, he's not coming in to go, well, bless your little heart, and I'm operating in forgiveness. No, he comes from New York City. He comes from New York where he dealt with mobsters for years. He knows how it works. He knows. That's why he's been playing. Had them sing the other night, Nessun Dorma, again, which means we're coming after your ass, guys. We're coming after you. You're about to get your head rolled off. It's going to happen. But I don't see it on the news. Then get away from mainstream media news, for God's sakes, because they suck donkey butts. They're horrible. Anyway, sorry, my rant. So anyways, he says, my office has been in contact with the whistleblowers in numerous emergency management functions and at the federal and state and local levels. And they all have pointed out the same critical mismanagement issues here. And he goes on to say, FEMA has wasted the funds and misappropriated the funds and left the federal, state, and local responders without deployment orders. That is right there is exactly what I was talking about in North Carolina. That's exactly what I was talking about. No deployment orders. That's why you don't know who's got stuff and who doesn't. Because there's nothing there. Send me out there, for God's sakes. I'll get it organized. I will too. I'll send FEMA packing the very first 30 seconds my feet are on the ground. Done deal. They're out. They're going to be gone. They would be gone in a heartbeat. Wouldn't deal with it. Would not deal with it at all. But instead, we want to just sit and talk. Well, they could have done this. They could have done that. But they didn't. Not sure why. Something needs to change. We've been saying that for years now with just the Biden administration. Something needs to change. Something's got to happen. Something's got to happen big time. And by this disaster taking place. Now, there's two parts to this disaster, okay? There's two parts to it. It ain't all, well, let me rephrase that. It's not Mother Nature. Let me just tell you that. These are controlled things that happen. 2 weeks ago, it's really crazy because 2 weeks ago, I had two shows that I did strictly on modification of the atmosphere, seeding the clouds. Y'all remember that? HARP. Y'all remember that? All these things. But you still have some people, I just don't believe it. Then don't believe it, you nut job. But leave us the frick alone. But this letter, he's telling them, you have to provide answers to us, all the following questions by October the 11th. I mean, what policies and regulations of the Department of Homeland Security? Because you know what? FEMA has ran the way they wanted to do and however they wanted to do, whenever they wanted to do. And they would just, just because they had a blank check to everything. Had a blank check. And the blank check was the American people getting screwed. That's exactly what that was. We just get screwed over it. Not only that, they never gave a budget for anything. It was just a blank check to them. They have the same mindset as these migrants. Well, you're America, you can just print money. Not for you. I ain't gonna print money for you. The only thing we're gonna print is your headstone if you keep thieving from us. It's unbelievable. Let's see here. He goes on to say that they want a budget. They want to see their budget. They want to see where every fund has went, and we want to see it, and we want to be able to solely guarantee that's what's happened with this money. We want to know what portion of these funds have went to the American people and the other ones have went to migrants. We want to know. Now, before anyone says, oh, it's going to be a nothing burger, they'll get that and they'll just stick their fingers up their butt and nothing will happen. Let me tell you something. I believe you're wrong. And for those that are going, oh, well, nothing's happening in America. Nothing's happening. We've had this fraud go on. Nothing happened with that. Oh, there's, I don't see it anywhere. Evidently, you don't know how to research, and evidently, you just pay attention to the mainstream media. Right? Because the mainstream media is, Lord, that's close to Jesus. They got everything right on there. They could never do no wrong. Keep following that goofy mindset. Keep doing it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be like, what happened? I didn't know that was going on. You know how many times I have people that say it to me? Well, I had no idea that's going on in America. Yep, it's going on. It's all kinds of things going on. Want to know what portion of the funds went in the disaster relief fund and the ones that were spent on non-disaster relief programs? Specifically, services to illegal aliens, migrants, providing training for them, housing, food, everything. And I told you here in a second, I'm going to tell you how FEMA has zero power. That's why I keep saying, American people, here we got Florida coming up now. We got Florida getting ready to get hit with a big storm. I've already seen the the radar prior to North Carolina, prior to the storm that hit there. I've already seen the radars of that. I've already seen the flight patterns of that. And it's unbelievable that you can sit there and watch them seed the clouds. I think you're a lunatic for saying that. Well, you're probably one of those that voted for Biden too, or think Kamala Harris is like so smart. I don't care. My show, not yours. And I've watched them, and I'm also watching them currently seed the clouds now. While the storm is brewing around and moving, I mean, there's tons of rain coming in. But I'm watching them continue to seed the clouds. And I'm telling you, Florida's next. It's about to get a kick in the nuts too. But I'm telling you, FEMA has no power. That's why we have to step in. We always have to step in. Let me see here. Where's it at here? And I'm going to read it to you. Here we go. In June 1994, y'all remember Bill Clinton, Mr. Cigar? Captain Cigar is his name. He actually put in an executive order, 12919. For those of you who want to research, go research. Executive Order 12919. It also the national defense. Now, I want you to hear me, because people that are saying the government's coming in here and they're saying they're going to take our land, they're going to do this, they don't even have the right, especially FEMA. They don't have the right. They're not going to be able to do it. I'm telling you, FEMA is the bully at school that couldn't whip himself out of a wet paper bag. Couldn't do it. And the American people's about to take them to school. About to take them to school and just show them. And just show them who's boss. So this 12919, also known as the National Defense Industrial Resource Preparedness. Okay, that's the executive order. It's what it's called. This which allowed, now understand, I want you to hear something. This allowed federal government to seize all food, water, and resources from the public and any private sector. Okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? It gave them the right to seize all food, water, resources that in the public sector. That's the executive order. It was written. Okay? But, and here's the thing. I think there's a lot of people that need to be taken to school in North Carolina. I'm talking law enforcement. Because I have seen them. I have seen, now understand, you have both sides of the fence here. You have great people. I am not anti-law. Give me a break. Y'all know that. But you have great people. You have all these things. But there's always a few bad apples out there that want to exert their power, sort of like that dumbass fire chief who got fired, or whatever heck he was. I don't even know at this point. He's just old news. But you have this executive order. But let me bring you on a little clue here. Do y'all remember Chevron? Do you remember that? Remember how that just came out a couple weeks ago, month ago, whatever it was? Y'all remember Chevron? Okay? Chevron. That ended FEMA's legal authority. That's part of what that was. It ended FEMA's legal authority to take possessions of stuff. That's why if FEMA comes in, I'll be like, kick rocks, get out of here. You dumb old fart, get out of here. Because they have no authority, guys. The only authority they have is people that have not been educated and don't even care about the law and don't realize it. But I guarantee you, if I was out there, I'd pull this shit up and I put it in their face and say, here, kick rocks, go. Get out of here. Because you have no authority over me. You have no authority over the American people. And for those buttholes that was out there saying they're going to arrest people, FEMA's going to have you arrested, I say, bring it on, big dog. I'll whip all y'all's ass. I ain't going to worry about y'all. FEMA into the alphabet agencies. There you go. FEMA lost their legal authority when Chevron happened. But that's why I was like, I'm not worried about this stuff. I'm not worried about these people going out there and saying, oh, we're going to be arrested. Bring it on. They don't realize what kind of lawsuits they really have if they've done that. Do you understand they operated under authority that they had given to them by the state and federal government, but then they didn't have the right to do it? They actually arrested people or told people, confiscated people's shit stuff. They've done all that, and it's been illegal. And they don't even realize it. And these are people upholding the law? Are you kidding me? Really? Oh, but Billy, he's been a sheriff here for 20 years, and we really like him, and, you know, I just can't say nothing bad about him. So if he said that I got to give everything I got up, I got to leave my property, then I guess I got to leave my property. Bull crap. Over my dead body. Over my dead body. You will not take the property, and you won't do that. Can't do that. Can't do it. You legally don't have the right to do it. You just don't have the right. And Chevron overturned that. But you have everybody that's the importance of this show. The importance of this show is bringing you things that you, in the future, you're going to need. Because now you got Florida getting pounded here. And they're going to be in need here in a second. They're going to be in a big need. I think what I'm going to do, DC, and what we'll do with this show is we're going to continue to help people. We're going to continue to do that. But I'm thinking about doing backpacks, survival backpacks, where there's food and there's some water in there. It's called survival. It's not called let me provide food for you for the rest of your life. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about survival packs where people can take the filters and put them in water and pull them up, and they filter the water to where it's drinkable. I'm not talking sewer water, so don't be dumb. I mean, nobody wants turd in their water. Give me a break. You know, people that don't know how to build a fire from just, you know, remember Boy Scouts? Remember that? Remember how they had Boy Scouts? They actually taught boys how to be men. And then later on, taught them how to be sissies. I'm talking about putting stuff in these backpacks where they have gloves, they have flashlights, they have batteries, they have first aid stuff. They also have ways to start fires that you know, a caveman can do it, that kind of a deal. And I've already started working on it. Just trying to figure out the logistics and everything. I'm even buying, and here's what I'm doing. I'm going to be buying the portable solar things that go on the back of the backpacks. That way, if someone has a phone, they can plug it right in there. And it, you know, if they're on their phone 24/7, then that's just on them, okay? And they don't have electricity. But if they plug that thing in there, they can charge that thing up as long as there's daylight. Even a street light will charge it up. It even has a flashlight on it and pull multiple devices in it. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about things that are survivalists. Because we're being shown that when disaster hits, I mean, these people that say that they're ready for everything. I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready for the military to be in charge. You can't handle it. You really better think about that. Inside the backpacks would be Not only that, but would be the foil wraps to where they can wrap around the body to stay warm. Also a blanket in there, plus also probably a hoodie or a hat or something. Just multiple things in there. That way when we go out, we just throw the backpacks out to them, and they got everything they need in there. If they have a kid, they still get a backpack. Get another backpack for the kid. That way they have excess. They have ways to build fires. They have ways. And then everybody else that comes through there that brings in water and everything else, that's just extra. But people have to survive. You know, when you have a national disaster, you know, it ticks me off. It ticks me off. One guy blew me up. Blew my phone off, not my phone, blew my TikTok up and kept emailing from his phone. I gotta have help, gotta have help, gotta have help. I was like, okay, where you at? He didn't answer. Like, where you at? He didn't answer. So he had left his number, so I called his number. I said, hey, I left you a message, been trying to get a hold of you. You need to call me back. I'm trying to get help. About 2 a.m, he does call me back because I'd called him. Hey, sorry, I'm just not getting back to you. Just saw where I missed your call here. I was like, oh, okay. He's, well, when you called, actually, my friend, he told me, he said, hey, you better answer that. And he's like, nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'll get it later. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. If you want to wait till later. What were you doing? We was eating at a restaurant. Well, if you're eating at a restaurant, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that people ain't giving free food, but you don't go into a restaurant and give you T-bone steaks and all that crap, and then still expect people's going to give you handouts. We're going to find somebody that's starving, or somebody that really needs it. Someone that hadn't had anything in a week. That's the kind of mindset. And, yeah, it has to be that way. And so moving forward in this thing, there's plenty of water everywhere. You saw Pissed Off Nation. You saw his, if you haven't, go check him out. His video of just, even the hotel that he was in. Hotel, what was that? Morristown, Tennessee, Holiday Inn. They're screwing people left and right. All you listeners, y'all look them up. Email their corporate office. What they're doing is they're price gouging people. $300 and some a night for one person to stay in a hotel. And then they put him in somebody else's room. And he walks in on some guy sleeping in bed. I mean, seriously. And then the hotel says the guy sleeping in bed shouldn't have been there. It was their mistake. It's just a total mistake because it's all about money. And then of course, Friday, I told you how we actually have rangers on the ground. We actually have people on the ground, and they're saying they can't get a daggone hotel because FEMA's got them full up. I mean, here's the thing. The American people, we stood up, and we really made, I'm telling you, I'm so proud of America. I'm so proud of, let me just rephrase that. I'm proud of patriots because that's who stood up. I'm just proud of them. I'm just proud of them. People have lost all the common sense. Yep. And so long story short, it didn't help that guy because, I mean, I'd much rather feed a kid or give a kid something than somebody that's out eating somewhere. I don't even know where he's at now. He's just up, vanished like a fart in the wind. But anyway, so you have all that going on. And meanwhile, while that all is going on, you have the people that step out and try to rip people off. And that goes through me like nobody knows. I'm talking like my blood boils. The guy, of course, tracked him down. I've already talked to him, scared the poop out of him. Let me see here. Because if y'all know him, or know, he drives, actually. He's been in North Carolina, but he's from Tennessee. First part of Tennessee, Morristown and all that area. But he's actually supposedly from the Cumberland Gap area. But anyways, he started some pages and started acting like he was collecting money for everybody. I'm trying to pull it up here. He's going by Kevin Alexie, Alexie. It's on Facebook. Also, he had a TikTok, and his TikTok, he had 3 followers, and he was following 2 people. Why on God's green earth does people not pay attention to where they're giving to? I have no idea. Also, they actually made a GoFundMe account, and the GoFundMe account, yes, I saw it, Harley, and I responded back to you. I thought, started a GoFundMe account that looks like it was kind of reworded. It's sort of like Donald Trump's deal, but wasn't. And not only that, just taking people's money. Absolutely pathetic. I called him last night, and I called him today. Finally got a hold of him, and trust me, you think my potty mouth is bad on the radio? I guarantee that dude pooped his pants. Guarantee you he did. But anyway, people that do that stuff, it just goes all through me. And his real name is Kevin Farmer. Kevin Farmer. He drives a blue Winnebago. He's telling everybody he's from Harrogate, Tennessee, but he's a little further down. And if you know that guy, whatever, you need to tell him he better step up and fix what he's done. Let's see here. My cousin lives in Johnson City and told me that one of the FEMA. Yeah, absolutely. Friday. I told y'all that Friday. I was like, one of my sources said, hey, they just whipped the crap out of a FEMA guy or a FEMA person. And so I said, hey, we'll talk about it Monday if we figure something out. But then sure enough, it was all over everywhere. FEMA got their butt handed to them. But anyway, so this guy, Kevin Farmer, Kevin, we love you, but we don't approve of what you're doing. And some people probably send me an email, I can't believe you blast that guy online. Well, it's my show. I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. And that's what I just did. Because you don't come in the middle of what DC's doing and people that's alongside and people that I'm helping, and we're trying to get resources to these people, and some bozo come along and go, I should be able to get some money from this. And if I can get some money out of this, then I can just, those are dirt bags. Those are dirt bags. And those dirt bags, somebody's whipped their butt. And he almost got it. He really almost got it. I'm not going to say who, but he really almost got it. The Kevin Farmer almost got it, but I'm not going to say who it was. Anywho, moving along here. So getting back to that. So FEMA does not have power to do what they say they're going to do. And the other thing, I told you I talked to the representative last week at North Carolina, and they swore up and down that wasn't happening. And then I talked to the one guy, Mickey. So Mickey said that, oh, no, I'm telling you, DC, I can never confirm or deny those rumors. Oh, God. Anywho. These goofy stuff, guys, just goofy. And here's the thing, bottom line, no organization, no one overseeing it. Supposedly FEMA, but FEMA looks like it went to the retirement home and pulled everybody out and brought them out like it's like going to vote. I mean, seriously, unbelievable. Let me see here. What was I going to do here? Got a lot to talk. I'm just went so much on everything. Last week I talked about the plastic company, Impact Plastics. I am going to play you this. This is actually, I guess, the owner of it. He actually gave a statement, and here's the thing. I tell you all the time, the first time it comes out, we don't jump on that. We may report it, but we don't jump on it. Because 2 or 3 days later, or a little way later, truth comes out, even if it's bad or good on both sides. So we're still trying to figure out what we've heard, because we've heard, and I understand hearing something from they or whoever they is. Let's see, thief stole 6. Oh, absolutely, enforcer. Actually, it's better than that. I'll tell you how much they stole. Because I have it here. Where's it at? Here we go. They actually stole $6,529,000. $459. It's a lot of dough. A lot of dough. The good part about that enforcer is I know exactly who it is, and he's getting hunted down now. Well, he and 2 other women. So anyways, yeah. All right. So anyways, and not only that, there's all kinds of crap. So anyways, Intel, this plastics company, Impact Plastics, the CEO released a statement. I'm going to play it for you. What was coming out, they were saying, employees or whoever was saying that the employees were saying that they were told that they could not leave or they were going to be fired. And that all the people, all the executives left and all that. Facts, I don't know yet. But here's what, I'm just giving this out here so you can actually make your own decision on this.
Gerald O'Connor, founder and president of Impact Plastics.
Hang on a second here. This is all screwed up. Lord have mercy. It's Monday, guys. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? Monday. Here we go.
Tennessee. I'm Gerald O'Connor, founder and president of Impact Plastics in Irwin, Tennessee. Due to death threats against me and my family, and to reduce the stress on local law enforcement that now needs to be focused on recovery operations, I'm with you by this video. The flood of September 27th took from our Impact Plastics family some great employees. One was a personal friend of more than 30 years of working together. We are heartbroken, as you are, about our loss, and will keep those who have now passed in our hearts forever. Following that day, I ordered an immediate review of the events and the timeline of what occurred that morning, beginning as soon as the last surviving employees and a count of those who are missing were addressed. With help from the National Guard, we were able to help secure the rescue 5 of our employees by helicopter. Today, we share that preliminary report with the public. The findings are that employees were told to leave the plant at least 45 minutes before the gigantic force of the flood hit the industrial park. There was time to escape. Employees were not told at any time that they would be fired if they left the plant. After checking to make sure everyone was out of our plant and to rescue important files, I was one of the last people to leave the plant and luckily escape. To our knowledge, no one perished while on company property. My company will cooperate fully with the inquiries from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Tennessee Occupation and Health Administration in days ahead. For now, our focus is on our employees. Thank you for your hard work as we all try to recover from this tragedy.
All right. So that's what he had to say. You know, and we heard absolute opposite the other day. I'm not saying this guy's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I just wanted to play it for you so you heard his voice and what he's saying. Time tells, right? Time tells all. It'll come out one way or the other of what happened. The other thing is this. Normally these plants have video. They have they have security cameras. Excuse me. Security cameras in there. And the security cameras, those will probably be pulled. You know, the memories in those things, and that's digital forensics will take care of that. Check that out and just start doing timestamps. And either he will be proven a liar and guilty for what they said he was doing, or employees that want to come back to work when they rebuild probably won't be hired back. Either way, here's the thing: when it comes to a disaster, people don't need to make anything up. Not saying they did. I'm just saying in general. People don't need to make stuff up and make it more eccentric than what it actually is, especially when people actually really did die. And here's the thing: is you hear these reports of, you know, I told you last week, they told the volunteer fireman told me, said, hey, we need thousands of body bags. And so what did I do? I'm mobilized. I'm trying to find things, trying to make things happen, because, you know, funeral homes just don't keep thousands of them on site. It's very expensive to that. And And then come to find out, I was told a completely different story. And I was like, wait a minute. Well, I'm glad that we didn't do X, Y, Z and spend money on things that we didn't need. That's why I kind of made the decision, hey, we're going to help people still. As long as there's money coming in, we'll keep helping. We'll just keep helping. But moving forward, after this we got to get through Florida now. Once that's done, then we're going to start doing survival backpacks and just doing those. And then when there's a national disaster, we take them out and drop them. That's just what we do. Anyway, one of the things too is there's a pastor that, and I'm going to shift gears here because I've talked a lot about North Carolina. I will tell you this. I got this thing. My daughter sent me something of protesters. Protester sets himself on fire outside the White House. It's a shocking moment. Man sets himself on fire outside the White House during a Palestine rally. And of course, I'm looking at him here, yelling as he's got flames on him. Can I just be very brutal with you here? Well, good. I'm glad that you agree. If these nut jobs want to set themselves on fire, by God, set themselves on fire. I'm serious. It blows me away that people want. I love Trump right now. Okay, that's my guy. Y'all know that. I'm not in love with him. I mean, I wouldn't kiss him or anything like that. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not gay. Anyway. So, anyways, I don't swing that way. Anywho, you got these guys that go out and I want my voice to be heard. So you know what I do? I get on the radio and I do it. We created the station. We built everything. We're still growing. We're moving towards TV channel now. We're doing all these things because of the message of just truth and the people's voice getting out. Because you're not going to get it anywhere else on the news. It ain't going to happen. But yet I'm not going to go out and be so diehard and go to a Kamala shindig and set myself on fire, or go to the White House and set myself on fire because I want Trump to be president. Do you see how ludicrous this is, and how this is an American setting himself on fire at a pro-Palestinian? He's not. Do you love it that much? If you do, pack your shit up and go there. If you love these other countries that much that you're willing to lay down your life, and they wouldn't lay down theirs for you, they wouldn't give a rat's rear end about you. They don't care. All they would say is, if I do it, I get a bunch of virgins. And that they don't even want grown women. They want children because they're a bunch of sick freaks. And I mean this with all my heart. Everybody that comes into America legally, that's fine. If you come here illegal and you come here and you've been a rapist, a murderer, and whatever else, it's time for you to go back home. If you've come here illegal, go home. And if you want to sympathize with these illegals, go home with them. Take your car, sell your house, pack your stuff up, pack a U-Haul, take it across the border to Mexico if that's where you want to go, or wherever. If you want to go to Palestine. That's what blows me away about some of this LGBT crap. Pro-Palestine, they would hang you from a noose in a heartbeat. There's all kinds of stuff online where they take the gays, take these fags out and put cinder blocks on their legs and throw them off a building. It has nothing to do. I mean, and they call that freedom? Oh, but I'm going to set myself on fire because then I'll be looked at as a mastermind. You ain't no mastermind. You're a freaking nut job. I'm telling you, if I'm standing here and someone lights themselves on fire, I'm not lying to you. I'm probably going to lose people over this, but I don't care. But here's the thing. We cannot cater to we are the United States of America. We have a constitution. We have to cater to our own. We have sent billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine and wherever else that they just thought we could just print money and send it off to just to give it away. Obama was bad about it too. So was Clinton. So was George Bush. They're all nut jobs. You know, we've been screwed for so long. And I am absolutely 100 to the point that if you're in America and you hate America that much, whether you're a U.S. citizen or not, then go somewhere else. Leave us alone. Because your antics right there, if you set yourself on fire in front of me, I'd probably pull out my phone and film it, and I wouldn't piss on you to put it out. I'm not lying. What? Oh my gosh, DC, we're supposed to walk in I have been in forgiveness and grace and mercy for years. I've turned the cheek so many times that my face is sore. But it's time that you stop turning the cheek. It's time that you stop. That's why we have schools that kids can't even tell what time's on the clock or write their name or any of that stuff, because we have schools that's teaching them something to make them dumber than what they really were. I mean, seriously. Absolutely crazy ludicrous. But I'm going to make a point. I'm going to set myself on fire out here, because then they're going to realize how much do you really think that he's going to change anything by setting himself on fire? Really? No, he just looks like a total dumbass to the nation. I wish I knew his name. Unbelievable. And the funny, and it is funny to me. It is. I'm sorry. Because this dummy that going to set himself on fire is the picture that I'm seeing. He's standing there holding his head screaming because it's burning his arm all to pieces and his clothes. You get what you deserve, Jack. You get what you deserve. This is not hate speech. This is truth speech, because America has been so spoon-fed from baby food for years. And anytime we don't like something, we want to, I don't like that food, lay in the floor and kick and scream like a little kid. My kids knew good and well not to act up in restaurants or anywhere like that, because you know why? They knew I'd bust their ass for them with my hand. And you know what happened? When that precedent was set? They didn't break the rules. Think about that. Wow, that's like genius, DC. Don't break the rules if we set some boundaries. Jiminy Christmas, yeah, I'll set some boundaries. And we got to set boundaries with these illegals. That's why this election is so important. So important. And that's why they're scared, because they know Donald Trump's about to win this thing. He's about to sweep their legs so fast they ain't going to know what happened. And when he does, and they swear him in as the president of the United States, they going to run like hell. You watch what I'm saying. And some of those dirt bags they're going to be kissing his butt like they were his best friends. But you know what? It ain't the same Donald Trump that came in several years ago. This is one that they've tried to kill, steal, and destroy not only him, but his family. And that is not a man he's coming to lead the country, but he's coming also with a vengeance to clean clocks. Period. I'm sorry. I want to be on that team. I mean, yeah. Samuel Mina Jr., that's who set himself on fire. Jeez. What a jackass. Meanwhile, since we're not burning ourselves up on fire, got Florida, got them getting ready to get a storm coming in. A lot of people have said, where's the military? Where's this? Where's that? Here's the thing. And I've said this for months now. You will continue to ask those questions for a long time. And you're not going to get a legitimate, straight answer. Because so many things change on a moment-by-moment basis. And you may not think it is. You may not think it does. But you ask any of these guys that's been out here on the road since Friday or Thursday, hitting North Carolina and going around. You see how quick they have a plan and get out there, and it's been changed. Not by them, just by the way things are. How do you think it is with a country? We're talking mobilizing a couple hundred people. But with the nation, you're talking about a lot of people. There's a lot of things that have to. That's why last week, I think it was last week or week before us, we touched on and we went through the whole thing about how the Congress was trying to pass that law, pass that deal. That way, because they have said they figure 100+ people would be assassinated. Now, not U.S. citizens, them. And I told you straight up, it isn't about them being assassinated. They're going to Gitmo because they know Donald Trump is about to really step in. And there's no more backdoor meetings here. Well, let's just go in the back. Let's go in the back and make a deal. But the deal is you screwed us. The deal is you screwed the American people. And never in America has it been this bad. It really hasn't. I mean, good God, you got JFK that was shot. Everybody cried. Everybody cried and everything else. And they believed the lies of the government. Same thing with Lincoln. Lincoln gets shot. Everybody cries, grieves. They hang some guy, get rid of him, and country moves on. It's not the same America. Because over time, we evolve and evolve and evolve. And not only evolve, we start educating ourselves. The worst thing that if you want to call it the government, could have ever done was giving us the internet. Yep. You want to know why? Because we can research it and do our own fact checking and not have to listen to that crap. It's crazy. I want to play you a couple of these clips here. I know I'm getting time away here. But this pastor, I played him a couple of weeks ago, Overcomers Church, or World Overcomer. And I want you to listen to what he's saying here. This is really good stuff. I got a couple good things here I want to play you here.
So that you won't be confused, is the Antichrist Party. It is anti-family. And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk. You are only needed for votes. You are only loved when it's time to get your votes. There's no real care about you. And see, we still stuck, and we got that thing ingrained in us that this is the party for the black man. It is not. The party has changed. Black people, really, to be honest with you, have never been the priority. They have only been used. Go back and look at the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We've all given Democrats credit for that, but Johnson was the one that wanted to pass it, but he couldn't get enough Democrat votes to pass it. It was the Republicans that pushed and passed the 1964 Civil Rights Act. All
right, let me stop here. What did I tell y'all 2 weeks ago? Almost verbatim what this guy's saying. And it amazes me. And I know I'm ticking people off, but it's okay. Because I want you to think, why is it that the African American community is so dead set on being a Democrat when the Democratic Party has enslaved them and still does?
Night and look it up. Look at Wiki, W-I-K-I, put it in there, 1960. He couldn't even get enough Democrats to vote for it. So he had to go to Republican senators in order to help him out. They are anti-life. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life. It pushes anti-morality because most of their policies are immoral, that pushes sexual perversion. It is the party of death. Why do you say that, Pastor? If you go back, you'll see slavery started with the Democratic Party. And we saw many slaves that died. We also saw under Jim Crow. Jim Crow was established by Democrats. And we saw under Jim Crow how many were hung and lynched. And then we are seeing today how many babies. African American people are giving up their future because they won't have, in another 15, 20 years, they won't have enough people because they have cut their birth rates off and have aborted their children.
But let's vote for Obama because we're going to build back better. Same with Biden. We're going to build back better. And they have no clue. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do have a clue, and they just choose not to not to act upon it, but they have no clue. And but I'm voting Democrat. I'm voting because that Donald Trump is a racist. Yes, he is. Oh, yes, we perish for the lack of knowledge. I said I was going to play it. I had a couple people say, "Well, you probably shouldn't play it." I'm going to play it today. This is a video that the Democratic Party put out years and years ago. And this is how they really feel about the African American community. You ready? You ready for this? Buckle up, because I know they're going to piss a lot of you off.
And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
Oh, Lord. And the video, there's a whole lot. When you watch the whole video, there's so much. How to sell to the women. How to sell to the men. How to sell him a hat so he feels like he... Do you understand? That right there is your racism. The party that has put that crap out is the racist party. And it blows me away how we can still support it. Well, not this we, but people will still support it because my daddy was a Democrat, my mom was a Democrat, and my grandpa was a Democrat too. My grandpa used to tell me, if you want a job, you got to be a Democrat. And it's amazing. The one they call racist is the one that's helping them, hiring them, finding them jobs, paying for education. You show me one Democrat that's done that, because they haven't. They haven't, and they won't, and they just wouldn't, and they wouldn't. Someone asking here said, why is Alexa? I'll play this real quicker since I got it up here. Talking about the storm that's coming in on this week into Florida. This guy has his Alexa, but anyways, here we go.
What kind of hurricane is Hurricane Milton?
From fandom.com. Hurricane Milton was an extremely powerful Category 5 hurricane that caused widespread damage
says it was a hurricane.
Across its path in October 2024.
They've already predicted the outcome.
Okay. Someone just asked me that. How can they predict the outcome? I'm going to tell you how they predict the outcome. They see the clouds. It is controlled. It is weather manipulation, whether you like it or not. And you get, man, there's so much conspiracy. I just can't even... Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Well, you know what? Then go research for yourself, Einstein. Go research for yourself. Find it out. It's been going on. It's been going on for years. Years. And it continues to go on. So how can they predict? Because they know what they're doing. I told you earlier, I saw the North Carolina one. I saw the plane on there. I saw the radar and how they did that. And I'm telling you, they overly seeded. And not only that, it was. And here's the thing: don't just buy into, well, it was a hurricane come through there and caused. It wasn't just that caused flooding. They opened. Duke opened up the dams and flooded people on top of a storm that was tearing people's stuff up on the mountains. This is a two-party deal here. It is what it is. You can't even argue with it. And the thing is this, it's done in plain sight. They'll do it and smile at you because they think that you don't have the power to do anything. And guess what? You do. You do. You have the power to go vote. You also have the power to just research and find your executive orders that have been in there. Educate yourself on the law. Educate yourself on all these executive orders. And when the thing come out like Chevron, go grab that case and read through it. And then you start realizing, wait a minute, we got people here saying they're from FEMA and they're telling me to go do this and go do that. They don't have the power. FEMA have armed guards. Why does FEMA have armed guards? Well, anybody can hire a private thing. I've already seen that. And I would still tell them, go kick rocks. I would. I'm not afraid of them. What are they going to do, threaten you with the power they don't have? I'm not saying walk up to them, just punch them out, and none of that stuff. But I'm saying let them stay in their lane and you stay in yours. Don't go to agitate, but if they come in your lane, then you have to stand up for your lane. You have to stand up for what you're doing. You just have to do it. I've seen, but someone said gold. Yeah, I've heard that there's gold up there in the mountains. I've heard that it's it could be. Here's the thing, America has so much resources in it that, I mean, you could destroy a state just because, if you wanted just its resources. We can't let that happen. And here's the thing. You may think, well, I'm so glad I live in such and such. That would never happen here. Oh, but it could. It really could. It could and possibly will. You got 30 days, less than 30 days, whatever it is, till the election. The most valuable thing we can do is, one, help each other. And we've been doing that, helping people in North Carolina, and now you got Florida coming up, which I think I think it's really going to do some serious damage. I have seen as of 20 minutes for this show, maybe 30 minutes, I have seen the radar of the airplane that's up, and it is just doing a gigantic, massive loop of seeding. It's going to hit them. It's going to hit hard. We have to pray, and we have to just, I know that they're predicting, by Wednesday, the latest news was that it was supposed to be like 125 miles an hour. I believe, I don't know. I think, I just think we're in for a big another hoopla. I saw a video of a guy, and I'm jumping around, but it's okay. I saw a video of a guy. He was talking about the supposedly getting stuff confiscated and all that stuff. Let me just tell you this. They cannot confiscate your stuff when you're delivering. They cannot do it. They may threaten to do it. They can't do it. There's a lot of people that are standing out that are not educated enough. I don't care if they went through police academy. I don't care if they're an FBI. I don't give a crap what they are. If they're not if they don't stay educated up on new things coming out, then they're not law enforcement. They're career policemen. Okay? Because if they were really law enforcement, when FEMA come in and go, listen, guys, you don't have power to arrest people. That's what these that's why this case was done with Chevron. Y'all don't have the power, so you may want to keep your mouth shut. Just that's called enforcing the law. That's called enforcing the exact law. Put the Supreme Court out there. I guarantee they would tell them, you better stand down. You better stand down. Absolutely pray that their stuff jams up in the air. Absolutely. Not to kill them or anything, but to just cause them to stop. And I told you all 2 months ago, and even a month ago, that this was going to happen, because the closer we get to the election, the more craziness is going to go on. And it's funny how we keep getting hit in these majorly Republican states. It's not coincidence. It's not. They're now saying, let me see, pull this up here. They're now saying that, wow, I was right. Hurricane Milton could be up to 155 miles an hour when it hits. Who knows? The rain is the one thing, and then the rest of it coming in, it's devastating. So be in prayer for them. Also, what else was it here? Also, yeah, I know I haven't seen much on it yet, but I did copy a video that was online, and it's already been removed. That's what's crazy. Of a military, it was unmarked, but a military-style helicopter comes in and flies in over a local distribution area, and they call it, I think, what's it called? Swooshing or washing the blades or something like that, where they turn them, and anyways, what it did was it just destroyed all the supplies out there, threw them all over the parking lots and everything. I will tell you this. I don't care what anyone says. First of all, that bird should have never been unmarked. That's the first thing. Second thing is this. That is not, listen to me. I don't trust our government, okay? But that is not our government that just did that. Because don't be fooled by everybody that says they're there for the good of everybody. Because they're not. People jump in, rotor wash. Thank you so much there, Rona. Rona. 4271. Thank you so much. Not everybody that's there is for it. Some people are opportunists, and some people are there just to instigate and cause civil havoc. I'm dumb enough to believe that they keep it up, and God's going to step in and wash them all out. And then we're going to have another national disaster of cleaning up a bunch of buttholes that were dirty people. I'm dumb enough to believe it. Yes, sir. Most needs Detroit. Yep, absolutely. HARP needs to go. I believe from some things that I've seen, I'm going to say this. I believe that when administration changes, we're going to see a big change in weather manipulation, all these things, because it's going to be unfunded and it's going to be destroyed. I can almost promise you that. But here we go. We're going, and we'll be on again. I'm just saying, moving forward this week, even in the next week, be prepared. How many times have I said to you all, go to the dollar store or something, buy you some cans of something you can eat, have some water. It don't have to be a big room full, stacked up, that can just sit there and go bad. I'm talking about something that's going to carry you through. That's the importance of having even your own bug out bag or your own backpack for survival. You don't know when it's going to hit. But when it does, it shakes you. And be prepared. We don't know what's going to happen next week. We don't know what's going to happen the rest of this week. But things are going to happen. They're going to continue to happen. Here's the one thing you have to listen to me very clear on. We're so close to the election. Things are about to really kick up a couple more notches. Be prepared for anything. That's not a scare tactic. That's just advice. And don't panic if something happens. Because panic causes people to make crazy decisions and do things that they shouldn't do. Be prepared. Be prepared for at least 3 to 5 days. There is literally nothing wrong with that. You can go to the dollar store and buy 2 cases of water for $3 and something, and buy you some canned goods. Buy you some cheap lights and some solar candles for Christmas. Who cares? It's light. You be creative. Be creative. How about a hint? Well, at this point, I think we just need to be worried about our weather patterns right now. Another thing is when you go to vote, don't let them collect your votes. I keep saying that, and I want you to understand that. Don't panic is the main thing. Whatever takes place, don't panic. I'm not saying we're going to war. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm saying whatever takes place, don't panic if it hits your state. And here's the thing. For 2 months, I've been saying this. 2 months. If something takes place, and you're listening to this show for 2 months plus, and you've heard me say it over and over and over, and you've done nothing to prepare, that's on you. I don't have the money. But in the morning, you want to go get your Starbucks, right? Or you got to have your pack of cigarettes, or you got to have your weekend beer. Hey, how about a sacrifice? How about sacrifice that to make sure that you have a little bit? Because you know what? When the poo-poo hits the fan, you go, hey, I don't have stuff for weeks and weeks, but I got enough to catch us through until help finally comes through. Because let me tell you what, this is how it works. We are already preparing to take supplies to Florida now. I had someone reach out to me the other day. I hadn't had a chance to get back with half the people. about he had drove a truck. I can't remember his name, but I'll look it up and I'll respond back to him. But he's wanting to bring. He had a truck, had a 18-wheeler or whatever it was, and he could drive and all that stuff. Problem was we couldn't get it in there, and then if we got it somewhere, it would sit there and go to waste. So our focus now is continuing to continue to make sure people get fed and all that stuff. But the next couple weeks, when everybody starts pulling out of there, is when it's really going to hit. And then now we got Florida. And I didn't plan this show to be a rescue mission. I planned it for politics and other stuff and to wake people up. But that's just how I believe that's how God moves. He just pushed us in this area because through this voice in this radio and our social media, we've been able to make change and make major impacts. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to do that. I didn't do no commercials today, but that's okay. If you get a chance, go to EIOBN.com. Someone did email me a little bit ago and said they wanted to make a donation, didn't know where to do it. EIOBN.com, our website. Scroll down, it says donate. Click donate. In the little box, it'll say what it's for. You can put a little message in there that you want it to go to whatever, and that's where it goes to. So that's how you do it. It is secure. It is encrypted. Also, there's only one DC. That's me. I will not ask for money on any social media at all. I don't do that. If you get an email or something that says they're me, saying, hey, we need extra $150, it is not me. I don't do that. I don't do it. Okay? Understand that. I don't do that stuff. People give on their own free will if they want to, and that's it. Thank you so much, Enforcer, for putting that up. Enforcer, has anyone been to you yet? Has they got to you yet? Have they made contact with you? I'm not seeing there. Anyway, it's taken a lot to get even to Enforcer, but we're doing it. Anyway, EIOBN.com, that is our website. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Understand that everything we do is just for the American people, because we are Americans and we're acting like Americans. We're going in the time of need. We're reaching people, bringing them food, bringing them water. Not yet. They'll be to you soon. Promise you. It's been crazy. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. And we're going to get through all this. Love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.